Hey everybody, MrBookieboo here, and I have got a pretty exciting city update. I've been making some really good progress here in the Lego room. As you can see, we've got some lights starting to take shape. I'm going to show you a little bit of a closer look on how I'm wiring that and how that's getting all set up. We have some mountains. We've got modulars making it out into the island now. We've even got a little bit of Ninjago land starting to take shape. So let's not waste any time and let's take a closer look. So it's been a busy time here in the Lego room. As you can see, the roads are slowly starting to get into place. Everything's starting to come together. Haven't worked too much in this part of the town, but as you get to the middle of the layout, you're gonna see we've got lights. It's cool. Yeah, I'm finally starting to get the wiring down. I'm going to show you a little bit closer detail on how I do this wiring, but we got some lights, so I'm excited about that. And actually, to be honest with you, I forgot how much I really love the lights, how much they really make a difference in the city. They really just make it come alive and pop, especially the Palace Cinema with the marquee and the floodlights. And even, I can't wait to get the detective's office going because that pool sign lights up. So I'm just really, really excited with these lights. It's gonna be really cool. The other thing, just real quick, I wanna point out is the roads. So this half of the roadway is mostly complete at this point. You can see, I can get in real close here, that I've actually added some little sewer drains, just, you know, small little touches here and there. Most of the curbing is in. And then also I've actually started to get more of the roadways here in place. And even here, the little curbs with the ramps going up into the fire brigade are starting to take shape. Still have to add the sewers to this half of the layout. But again, this is all starting to come together nicely. As we move over to here, you can see this is even starting to take shape. The mountains, mostly in place. I still have to add some snow. Oh, and you'll notice right back there, that's really exciting. I finally got my new shutters in the room. So that ugly brown shade that I had, gone. These are way better because I can close them all the way. It protects the Lego, keeps those bad UV rays from getting in here. And so I'm really excited to have these shutters. They also give you some nice natural light. As you can see, they're actually split. So I can leave the bottom closed and I can open up the top and I can just get some real nice natural light in the room here with those. So that turned out really good. But I can finally get things situated as I'm like I'm still tripping on stuff. Look at this stuff all over the floor here. I tell you, it's been a process getting everything put together, but slowly but surely I'm getting there. Mountains, like I said, mostly complete, added more foliage, trees and stuff on the mountaintops. I just had to add some snow to this one, probably a little dusting on that one, and of course the big peak up there. But once that's all done, it's gonna be pretty much set. I redid the cave. So actually, if you remember, this one was actually a different mountain. I actually decided to rebuild it because I wasn't happy. Initially, it was a little too symmetrical. It was like basically like a diamond or an arrowhead going straight up. I've added a little bit more like texturing on the sides here that you can see. So really happy with how that turned out. But it also gave me a chance to fix a few things I didn't like with the Wampa Cave. And just a few other little things here and there. But let's get back to the city, and I really want to show you the lighting. So if you remember, all these light kits are from Brick Loot. Each modular has its own kit that you can buy, and if you're doing custom modulars, like for example my tuning garage that I've turned into a modular, or even Mos Eisley, or anything really that you want to do, they also have individual LEDs that you can purchase and like string together, so you can make your own light kits to get them to light up. This one I haven't plugged in yet, but this actually has its own custom LEDs inside, so this whole modular mock actually lights up as well. And I'll get over here so you can see behind. So basically each modular, some of them have multiple plugs, some of them have single plugs, but you can see regardless, they all plug into these USB hubs in the backside here. I'll usually try to share depending on the number of plugs. Sometimes you can get 2 or 3 modulars on one hub. Sometimes it's just one modular. Like Palace Cinema actually has a lot of individual plugs, so that's largely self-contained on one USB hub. all these hubs that you see actually route down underneath the plywood foundation that you see there. And they all come underneath the table here, where you can see a lot of the guts of all the wiring, which is also why I raised the city up, because all this stuff gets hidden really easily. This is actually a really good example. So the street lamps just come straight down the front here, and they plug into, again, another one of these USB hubs. And if I move this one just off to the side, peeking back there, you can see this is actually the powered hub. So all of these little guys plug into that guy right there, and that's the one that's actually providing the power for the city. And then what I did, which is actually a new innovation that I've learned from the last time, is I actually have this right here is the extension cord that plugs into the wall, and that powered USB hub that you see here plugs into this guy right here. So I can pop these panels off and unplug the city, all the lights in the city from right here, and turn it on and off really easily. Before, I used to have to get down under the table. I'd have to dig through boxes to find the plug on the wall, and it was just awful. So this makes it a whole lot better. It's just one of those little things that you learn as you do this. And of course, the wall panels, you know, just like pop right in place. So you can just kind of take them like this, and they just fit on the studs, and they actually fit inside the curb here, and it neatly hides all your wires. So that's how I do it. Works out pretty good. And again, just real quick, you can see all the detail. The lights really allow you to see inside. So you can see like the dance studio really well. You can see the music shop here with the drums peeking out, the dentist office, you know, right over here, versus compared to like 3POs where I don't have any lights on currently. It's really hard to see inside those buildings. You see that? So that's kind of the difference. Plus it just adds, again, it just adds a whole other dimension. I'm still adding lights to some of these. This mock right here still needs lights. I got to get the kit for the police station. And then of course I have to plug in, all these have lights already. I just got to kind of plug them in and get them running. So same thing over here, brick bank. Yeah, look at that, that stained glass just really pops with the lights shining through it. And, you know, again, all the way down the line here. So eventually all this will be lit up. The plan in the corner here is I still need to rebuild Ghostbusters, which did not survive the, well, actually survived the move, but didn't survive MrBookieboo's clumsy hands. So once I get that rebuilt, that's gonna go right here. And then the Daily Bugle, I'm thinking it's gonna go right here because it's nice and tall. It's gonna kind of make this more like the downtown part of town over here. And then of course I have to build the tunnel portals for the train tracks. So they're gonna go underneath here as well. Train tracks are gonna loop around all the way underneath and come out and loop over here and pop out right here. The nice thing is actually I have two like storage sidings. So I have this track right here, one more over there, and then this, I can alternate like trains. You know, I can run one train and then have one sitting here, two more parked. So I have a lot of flexibility with that. And then of course over here, haven't quite decided what I'm gonna do in this little area here, this transition spot. Ferris wheel is probably just a temporary thing right there. I might move it down low. I don't know, what do you guys think? I haven't decided yet if I wanna keep that or if I wanna put that maybe somewhere else in the room, not a part of the layout. But the really cool thing over here is that Ninjago land is really starting to take shape. So let me actually get the angle over here and you can see. So as you walk in the room, you're greeted by Ninjago City and Ninjago Gardens, which I really love. They're giant pieces. They really look good. They really pop. All the colors. I have the light. I'm gonna actually have the light kit for Ninjago City. I'm gonna add, I need to get the garden kit, but once it's got the lights, I think it's just gonna look spectacular. And it's just really impressive when you walk in the room. The docks are over here on the side, which again, you can't really see because I got a lot of stuff around it. But again, it just flows naturally from here down to the docks. And the really cool thing, which I'm gonna show you as I kind of creep around here, is that you can actually see not only this side of the docks when you walk around the room here, because the docks is a really unique set in my opinion, because both sides of it look really good. And I was always torn between, you know, which side do you display? Because I really love the dock part of it, but also that other side is just really a beautiful decorative kind of side. So it was always a, you know, a challenge for me to say, well, what am I gonna do? But now you get to see both sides of it really well. And the really cool thing is you even get to see the inside of Ninjago City and Ninjago Gardens, which again have really cool features that in my old versions of the layout, you never really got to see the inside here. You never got to see the little water feature down here, even the little docks that go with these sets, inside here. There's just all kinds of little detail that we missed out on, and now you get to see all of it. So it's really cool. Still trying to figure out as we come along here what I'm going to do. Again, there's just random stuff kind of thrown all over here. I had to move everything from here on the floor, which is why I was tripping over stuff over there, because the guys needed to get access to those shutters to install that. So that's why I think like the add-ons randomly here and stuff. But I would like to get the Temple of Air-Jitsu somewhere in this Ninjago land. And of course the Chinese New Year sets. I love these sets. The detail on them is so good. If you have a chance and you haven't picked it up yet, I highly recommend it before they are not available, especially this one, is this the Lantern Festival? I think this is the Lantern Festival, or it's the part, I don't know. This one is really amazing. The detail is fantastic. It's beautiful with the colors and the landscaping and the water. Just a really cool set. So that's kind of where we're at. Again, making progress. I'll show you real quick back here. Again, the back side of the mountains, because you guys always love to see that. They're hollow inside. They're made primarily with burps as like the structure to hold it all together, with just a whole lot of slopes, wedges, and bricks on the outside to get rid of the burpiness of it. And then just some greenery on the lower levels. And then as you get higher up, just a little bit of snow up there just to, give it a little bit of color and make it pop. The rest of the room, again, bit of a mess. Haven't done a whole lot over here yet. Still trying to figure out what I'd really like to do is I think I want to do a Tatooine display with Mos Eisley, maybe the sail barge, the sandcrawler, which you can see peeking out over there, and maybe Jabba's palace, maybe on one of these lower tabletops, kind of like do like a Tatooine. And then maybe like an alternate trilogy, which would have my Yavin 4 Mach, Ewok Village, and maybe like the Death Star. Just to kind of put things together to make it a little bit neater. The Tatooine one would be more of like a diorama with like base plates and a lot more detail and actual scenes. Then of course I have to figure out where to put Apocalypseburg, which I'm not so sure. But otherwise, again, just kind of haven't done a whole lot here, kind of still thinking. Disney Castle, I still have to build and get the lights up and running on that one. But overall, slowly but surely, we're getting there. So, that's it in a nutshell. What do you guys think? You like how this is shaping up? I'm kind of excited. I do want to put my facades behind the modulars. So I have them kind of queued up over here. I have some of the larger ones. I'm probably going to rebuild some of them because I don't have quite as much room behind the modulars here as I used to. There's a little bit of room, as you can see, but it's maybe like 8 studs at the most. And I also have to account for the wiring and the USB switches. So what'll probably happen is the bottoms won't be as complete as they are right now on the facades. They'll actually be just legs and raised up and then take over from there, which actually is a good cost saving measure. So that probably in one of my next videos, that's what I'll actually talk about, is the facades and how I build them, how to kind of cheat and save bricks when you need to, and getting everything kind of situated and raised up. So that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this kind of quick update. If you have any ideas or thoughts, let me know. Once again, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. You guys are awesome. And I will be back real soon with another video. All right, take care.